Okay. Here we go. 11 seconds. No. Loud ass keyboard. Here I am. Okay. Let's go. And there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Time to move shit over. Yes, cat, I'm able to hear you. Everyone can hear you, cat. Now let's pull up Twitch on my phone so I don't have to move my tab. Wait, I have Twitch, right? Oh shit, I don't have Twitch. Oops. Okay. Whatever. I'll just look up Twitch on here. Alright, here we are. I've got chat on my phone so I can see it. If anybody's here, let me know if you can hear me, if I'm too loud. Shush. Thanks, Tate. I drew this like over the fucking summer, but I keep forgetting to continue it. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do that. Yes, cat, I know. You are so noisy and needy and noisy. Let me know if the music is too loud in the background, because I'm not able to tell. Okay, good. That is good. If you're going to hear crunching noises every once in a while, that is the cat, and she is eating. And she's very, very noisy. Now, I am not used to talking while drawing, so I might go silent. I'm trying not to, though. I'm trying to keep engaged and saying words that are coming out of my mouth, because that's what you're supposed to do. My shit beeped. Oh, that was probably... Oh, that was Discord, wasn't that? Yeah, that was Discord. It's always Discord. Alright. So, I am working on, like, the script of a new video. I'm working on a video about MD Pope. And, you know, to make a video... Oh, what the fuck was that? Girl, what the... Oh, okay, that was you following me. Okay. That made a weird-ass noise and it scared me. Thanks for following me, dude. So I'm working on a video on MD Pope, and, oh, good God, another noise. Oh, where's Yo? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're doing the drawing and that stuff. But yeah, the new video I'm working on, I can't fucking find somewhere to watch MD Pope. And it turns out it's longer than I thought it was. I thought it was like 20 minutes. Apparently it's almost like, it was like almost 2 hours or like 2 hours. Which, yay, that's so fucking long. And there's like, what, 3 of these? 3, 4, 5 even? Thanks, dude. Thank you. It's, I did that a while ago, like the eyes, because, I keep forgetting about this drawing, but I need to get it finished, to, work on, oh my god, I'm stupid. I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, I'm going to make this a print eventually when I, start selling in Boots. So, I have to actually, you know, finish my shit instead of forgetting it's there. So, yeah. So we're working on this instead of starting something new, like I usually do. This is, Kole from Genshin Impact. She's a character from Sumeru. Most of the stuff that I draw, aside from like the one mascot character I use for my channel, just assume it's from a video game. Yeah, we should do that one of these days, Tate. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's updating. It's down for maintenance right now, actually. Because, the next patch, 3.4, is starting soon. Originally, this was meant to be a Genshin stream, but it turns out I'm stupid and I didn't pay attention to, what was coming when in the game. So, in about 20 days, we'll be having a Genshin stream, because the character I wanted to pull isn't coming out until the second half. Current characters are, Alhatham and, Xiao, I think? Yeah, Alhatham and Xiao. So yeah, oh my god, hi Discord. Who the fuck is talking? It's not my server. I'm also in like a fuck. Too many goddamn servers. Good god, how do you turn the fucking noise off? Okay. Yeah. Welcome, Elvis. You're here. Welcome. Wait a second. Shit. Oh my fucking god. My girlfriend told me you can turn the sound off a while ago, and then... Wow. Thank you, almost definitely a bot. I would not like promotion. Yeah, I'd go to Doge Hype. Yeah, a bot. It's... So... I love when bots flood stuff. Alright, we'll see you in a while then. Have fun on a bus. They're so much fun. Good lord. If you use Instagram and like you post, the bots are fucking awful now. Just terrible. It didn't used to be this bad. Yes, disable all notification sounds. Fuck yes. No more making noise. No more making noise on the stream. Here we go. Now we can back to actually drawing. Yeah. Yes. It's, oh my god. For me, it's mostly promotion bots saying like, oh, send your drawing over to insert account. We have 100,000 followers or some shit. It's mainly those for me, but these sex bots, you still get them on Tumblr. Like, I don't really use Tumblr, but I still every once in a while will get like a fucking like porn bot, which was what they were supposed to be like stopping when they banned porn. That and like the instances of, like, not legal stuff, but, anyway, doesn't matter. They murdered their own platform for nothing, which is hilarious to me. I'll never get over the fact that they did that. Oh, and it almost reminds me of, like, when OnlyFans tried doing that. Yeah, exactly. I just started responding to them all with, like, I'm 11 years old. Just that. Just I'm 11. And, obviously it doesn't do anything because they're a fucking bot and they don't know that I'm a human being. Like, they don't know. But, like, it's still fun. Just spam them with shit. Yeah, they wouldn't care. Because, I mean, one, they're not gonna know because it's just a machine. But it's still funny. Yeah, OnlyFans, when they tried to ban porn, that was fucking hilarious. That was one of the boldest moves I've ever seen a platform make. Yeah. Yeah, it's very special. Just the entire internet the way it is right now is just a bit fucking retarded. It's too... They tried to ban porn. OnlyFans tried to ban pornography. Like, anything above, like, a little bit of nudity would have been banned under these new rules. I think it might have been MasterCard that was, like, pressuring them or something. I don't know. MasterCard's been doing that to a lot of sites because they were the ones who were pressuring Pixiv. And from what it seems, I think Pixiv reversed some of their decisions they were going to make to appease MasterCard. I think Lolly is still allowed on there. I don't know what all remains unchanged, but I do know there were some things that didn't get banned. Exactly, they were trying to ban the only thing people go to fucking OnlyFans to go for. Like, if you go to... No one makes an OnlyFans to, like, post, like, what do people do on, like, their fucking, like... They don't use it like Patreon. No one uses it for that. If you wanted to use Patreon, you'd use Patreon or you'd use Coffee. Coffee seems like the better alternative, honestly. Because they don't, like, take any of your money or something. I have a Coffee account, but I keep forgetting about it. Maybe I'll start linking it or whatever, but... it's just one of those... I mainly just made it so I could accept payment from customers, like commissioners. But yeah. I love when companies try doing that. Honestly, I'm super pissed about everything that MasterCard is doing. Like, they are throwing their weight around too much, and I don't like that they're getting away with it, and these companies, and these sites and everything, they're folding. Just like nothing. They're folding, and they get away with it. And it's annoying, because why should these fucking platforms be able to, like, moral police all of these sites? It is annoying. Yeah, at least they didn't... Well, I think they still partially bent to them. Partially. But it's so... That one in particular pisses me off, because it's a foreign company that's being pressured by a Western bank. So it's... Yeah. It's so annoying, and it makes me want to... I lost my train of thought. It makes me want to do something. But yeah, it's so much fun. Kill, yeah. Yeah, it's always the West when it comes to this shit. Like, they're constantly fucking moral policing everything. And then whenever another, country or culture doesn't bend to it, they just get all huffy about it and like, oh, well, then they're wrong. And it's like, well, you ever, like, you know, maybe you're just being a little bit of a bitch about it, you know? Other countries are able to just completely, they're fine with it. It's not like it's gonna collapse the world because, oh no, God forbid somebody make lolly. God forbid. I mean, fuck. It will not lead to the collapse of the universe. And yeah, and the toting around of that one law, that one fucking American law that nobody seems to understand, the 2003 Protect Act. They wield that thing like it's a fucking weapon. Meanwhile, they don't know what it is, and they don't know that it's not even a fucking law. They don't even know that it was repealed, and all of their talking points are complete bullshit, and they all fall apart when that's brought up. It constantly, in like YouTube videos, like these creators will like cite it as a, you know, talking point for why lolly is illegal. Mind you, this law has not been active in like, for what, almost like 20 years now? Yeah, it's a bunch of sites do that now where they give you warnings. I think Pinterest is one of them. I remember that happened in what, like 2018 or 2019? They switched it up, so if you like look up lolly or shota, it gives you like a warning. Just stupid. It's just so dumb. Wait, I'm gonna Google lolly, see if it gives me a warning. Oh, it didn't give me a warning. It just gave me a wiki on what lolly means. But yeah, I do know that some sites are like, oh, it'll like link you to fucking helplines about pedophilia. A little bit retarded, if you ask me. But whatever. I guess that's their prerogative or whatever. But it doesn't make it any less stupid and annoying. It's one of like the most like misunderstood laws, like alongside like defamation. People throw around defamation without any knowledge of what that even entails. Like, they'll call everything defamation when it's just not. People saying, someone calling you a poo-poo pee-pee head on the fucking internet is not defamation. Someone, I don't know, calling you whatever, you know? Yeah, as I fit there. Yeah, like they're... Yeah, because I mean, it's, when it comes down to it, lolly isn't an age bracket, it's a body type. It's, you know, the petite, generally flat-chested, though there's, of course, we had that conversation about opie lollies, so that's a thing too. But yeah, no, generally it has no correlation with what their age is. It's just, it's a trope. It's a trope like the trap, which is also a very controversial one now. That's another thing that drives me crazy. The word trap in reference to fucking fictional characters should not be like controversial. Like, yeah, I get that it would be like a douchebag move to call like a human being a trap. That'd be kind of a not nice thing to do. But like, I don't think that Astolfo or Nagisa Shiota are gonna be like particularly upset when you refer to them as a trap. Or Bridget, I know that one was a total fucking mess. I don't know anything about that game. I think it was I can't even remember the name of that video game that he comes from. But like in some arcade version, he's transgender, but then in the other versions he's not. I don't know. But yeah, it's no one's getting, the characters aren't getting their feelings hurt. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Just like how no one's getting just murdered over someone saying or referring to a fictional fucking character as a lolly. That's a very big thing in Genshin. The Genshin community is if you, God forbid, you refer to Klee, Seiyu, Diona, or I guess now would be Yao Yao as a lolly. If you refer to them as a lolly, you're done. You are done. That's like, you can't do that. Or Chi-Chi, she's another character. Yeah, they're orange feather. No, wait, no, they're not. What the fuck are they? I think they're fabric. Oh shit. Well, I'm going to have to look up a picture of this character. Yes, play the game just to refer to the characters as lollies. It's like, I remember there was one YouTuber who made a video where they played only using a team of like lolly characters, and they issued like an apology for referring to them as lollies, even though in like the game's directory they're referred to as lollies. Like, characters with that body type are lollies. Thanks. It's I'll figure it out. I'll pull up a picture of her model and figure out what the fuck those are meant to be. I think it's fabric. If those are feathers, they're really fucked up looking feathers. Because that is not what a feather looks like. So I hope it's not supposed to be a feather. But if it is, I'll just have to redraw them. Oh, good God. God, my back hurts. So the stream, I think I said something about it in the channel. Oh, it's an emoji with a cat. It's a cat with sunglasses. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, the stream is happening a bit later than it was meant to. I got caught up in a bunch of stuff. Dinner was like super late. We didn't get finished eating until 7, and then I was doing dishes, so it's a bit late. This isn't going to be a super duper long live stream, because to be frank, I don't have the fucking energy to do this shit. But maybe I'll eventually build up a bit of a tolerance, get used to it, and maybe I can do long streams. It's like, who is it that was doing those like 20, like those month-long streams? I can't remember, but someone did one, I think, over the summer or some shit. And like they were being filmed and live broadcasted 24 hours a day, every day, for like a month. And I think I would just kill myself. That sounds fucking awful. Like, I am a paranoid person. We all know that. We're all paranoid people. I know that for a fact. We're all paranoid people. But that would drive me insane, and I would light myself on fire if there was people watching me 24/7. You know, I do the cover your laptop camera and stuff. Thanks, Mauricio. What are you eating? This is my first time doing a stream like this. I've never drawn and live streamed before. I might do some live streams where I'm doing traditional art now that I now have a fancy tripod. I've wanted a tripod for so long, and that's such a pathetic thing to be like pining for, but yeah, I have a tripod. It's so fancy. I got it for my birthday. My parents got it for me. It's so cool. I also got another stuffed shark, because fuck yeah, sharks. They're dope. Everyone likes sharks. Speaking of sharks, no, it was my birthday on Sunday, actually. It was Sunday. I am now officially 19 years old. I went and got sushi for dinner with my dad and girlfriend. Oh, I like chili. I like spicy food. Loose leaf tea. I don't know anything about tea. Is it good? Well, considering you saying you're addicted to it, I would assume that yes, it's good. And yeah, everyone loves sharks. Sharks are amazing. I was like, thank you, Elvis. Sharks were one of those things where when I was a kid, I was just fucking obsessed with them. Like, sharks and dragons were on my mind 24/7. I was also a little bit autistic as a child. I'm a little bit autistic right now, but I was especially autistic as a child. So I did a lot of really strange shit as a child, and it was really funny. I was an angry creature. I was very angry. So angry. I remember once I went to like this daycare. It was in my elementary school. And I don't know what was happening, but I was really, really angry about something. And it resulted in me just like chucking chairs around for some reason. And the thing is, like, you'd expect that they'd have like told my parents about that. No. My parents only found that out when I mentioned it like a few years ago. But yeah, no, I wrecked my daycare at one time. And then I wasn't allowed to draw in the daycare for a very long time. That was my punishment. They didn't let me draw. I don't drink much soda either anymore. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, once you just stop drinking it regularly, you forget about it, basically. We rarely have soft drinks, but when we do, they're in the basement. And I don't go in the basement for, like, anything. So, I forget they're there. And then, a couple months later, I'll go down there to get something for, like, my parents. And I'm like, oh shit, we've got ginger ale. And then I'll have one, and then I'll promptly forget about them again. And yeah, I was a very unhappy, rage-filled child. I think it's hard to tell. I got overstimulated a lot, and then that would, like, me getting overstimulated, it results in me getting really angry. And so I would assume that it was because I was overstimulated over something and I freaked out. I don't necessarily think I was genuinely, like, I was mad at somebody or mad over something. It was probably just me freaking out over that. Though I could be wrong. It's hard to remember. It was a while ago. Because I looped back around. Like, I hit middle school and I mellowed out. But, like, that's just because I was super depressed. And then I hit high school. And then I became angry again. And I'd still consider that I'm pretty angry right now. I'm still a pretty angry person. But I've got a better hold of it now. I don't lose my shit as often. I once had a week-long fucking meltdown because I dropped a meat pie that I made. It was all over a meat pie, and I just was completely destroyed for a week. I could not function like a human being. I was just sitting there like, fuck, I want to kill myself, I want to kill myself, and it was all because I dropped this pie. I really wanted to eat it so badly. But, you know. ADD is attention deficit disorder. Yeah, because the other one's ADHD was yeah. Okay, yeah, I know, I think I'm right. My attention span isn't great. I zone out, but it was never that bad. Well, okay, well, maybe at times. My parents had me be tested for like hearing problems when I was a kid because I just wouldn't answer them when they'd talk to me. They thought I was partially deaf. I wasn't. I was just an asshole. So, yeah. I was also like really flighty. I'm still very flighty as an adult, but I was so flighty that my parents thought I was gonna get kidnapped or something. Yeah, exactly. I was just a little shit. I was a little evil demon child. At least I didn't cry a lot as a baby. I cry a lot now as an adult, though. So I don't know if that's me, like, making up for it or what. I'm not as cryy as I used to be. I used to cry over everything. Reminds me of one time I was doing something and I was, like, fucking around with my mom. And she did something, and I was gonna pretend to cry, and so I did, and I ended up actually just sitting on the kitchen floor crying, and it startled the shit out of me, because I wasn't actually trying to cry, but no, I ended up bursting into tears over something completely stupid, because apparently I was emotionally repressed, and so I cried all over our old kitchen floor. It was a nice kitchen floor, though. It was gray. It wasn't tile, though. It wasn't tile. Yeah, I'm on a couple different medications for mental issues. I've been recommended by my therapist to seek out some medication for my trichotillomania, but I'm already on 3 different prescriptions. Only 2 of them are for my mental problems. The other one is birth control because I have, like, fucking out of control periods. Because, you know, fuck me, I guess. And yeah, I never cussed at my parents. They would have kicked my ass if I did that. But no, I don't think I was super snoopy, but I never cussed at my parents because they'd murder me if I did that. Like, even now, like, sometimes they'll swear all around them, and then we're like, Lily, stop it, you don't have to be saying that all the time. It's like, no. Sometimes it's necessary. Yeah, you should if it's like that bad. Because anxiety, it can be multiple different things. I don't generally get upset by crowds anymore, but if you got that, you should probably get it checked whenever you can. I know that you're in America and that's not as easy. It's easier said than done. I mean, hell, here in Canada, it's fucking difficult to get checked for that shit. Like, I got screened for autism, last winter, I think. Oh boy. Yeah, that doctor was not very good at her job. And now I can't get screened again for like 2 years. So yeah, it's not easy to get checked for those sorts of things in Canada. So I imagine it's really, really hard in the States. yeah, if it's like, do you have any coping things that you do whenever it gets bad in crowds and stuff? So even if you don't get diagnosed, try to come up with things to help mitigate that. Yeah. Even, like, I had a lot of social interaction as a kid, which for me was the reason that it stood out so much that I was, like, not quite there, like my classmates were. I think it was pretty obvious, even from when I was little, that I was not all there in the head. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you go in, and if you go in, you get checked for autism. It's super fucking difficult, because if you get the wrong doctor who just sucks at their job, they'll fuck up your chances forever. That is what happened to me. I got a doctor who didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. And now I'm basically fucking screwed. So yeah, on top of it being super expensive for you, there's that to be concerned about. And yeah, for whenever I'm freaking out, it's usually I put in my earbuds and I walk around. I'm a walking type of person. I walk so much because it gets my brain thinking other things than how sad I am. And it has also led to me crying in really weird places. It's kind of funny. It's actually really funny, though. I've probably scared the shit out of a ton of people, because, like, there's, near my house, there's, like, a hospital, and then there's this bridge where you cross the creek. And I have cried under that bridge so many times. And there's another bridge, a little ways down the creek. And I've cried under that one, and I've cried in the tall grass. And this, mind you, all these instances, it's like late at night. It's like 10 to 11 o'clock. And people will walk by, and then there's just some woman crying in the dark. So that's, yeah. I'd recommend walking maybe one of these days. It's a good one. But then again, stuff like this doesn't always work for everybody. For me, that visit was covered by my family's insurance. So it's less about the money and more of what she said is on my record. Because what she thought was, I, according to her, was probably autistic as a child. But I just grew out of it. I just stopped being autistic, according to her. And so it's fucking, it was stupid. So yeah. And yeah, I used to bike a lot too. You could probably bike on your own, like put some earbuds in. Then again, I don't know how good of an idea putting earbuds in or like headphones on while you're riding a bike is. I did not say that right. Because, like, I would be afraid of accidentally mowing some kid down while biking, because I didn't hear them. I know that I've almost been mowed down by bikers, but in full fairness, all those instances were 100% my fault. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would have sure been startled if I heard just some woman crying in the dark. Well, okay. Okay, I would be startled if I was outside. If I'm in my house, like the other day, I wasn't startled, but it did wake me up. And then I was outside looking for her, so... Oh, welcome back, Tate. Oh, gee, don't do that. That's something, like, my brother would have done. So that's a dumbass thing to do. I used to see people riding around where they'd have, like, a Slurpee in one hand, and just riding a bike, and it's like, how are you not afraid you're going to get wiped the fuck out? Yeah, I might. You know, hasn't yet. I've only been followed around once while outside, so I frankly think that is pretty fucking good ratio. It's, amount of times I've been outside and amount of times I got followed. 1 to, I don't know, some really high number. So I'm not too worried about it. I probably should, though. Because I'll run into my aunt and she'll be like, Lily, your music is up too loud. You can't even hear me when I'm trying to say hi to you. What if someone tries something? But yeah. Because I've mentioned that I zone the fuck out and then I end up places. I've mentioned that before. Where I'll just fall into my head and then all of a sudden it's been 30 minutes and I'm like a kilometer away. 2 kilometers. How many kilometers do I usually walk? I think the max I've walked in a day was like 20 something. I can't remember. But yeah, I just appear places. It's fun. You never know where you're gonna end up. And I've only gotten lost once. And I was only lost because I'm blind, I swear to God. I have some of the worst eyesight I have ever come across. Well, yeah, because my prescription was like, when I was in middle school, my prescription was like stronger than my mom's. It's not anymore because then she got progressives. Okay, that's fucking terrifying. Like, sleepwalking that's terrifying. Because, like, as long as, like, because at least whenever I just appear places, I knew I was walking. At least I knew that. It was a conscious... Well, me going places was unconscious, but I knew I was out and walking. But if you wake up while you're sleepwalking and you went to bed and all of a sudden you're in a random fucking place, that would be terrifying. That would be horrifying. That would be scary. It would be interesting, you wake up and all of your doors are open. It's the carbon monoxide. It's the carbon monoxide. Always assume. Yeah. Hey, at least you weren't that person who sleepwalked and murdered somebody. There's always a bright side. Or sleepwalk and end up in a pond and drown. I know that happened. Yeah, he was even a cop too. It was a cop or something. He was a detective and he ended up killing somebody and he identified himself as the killer because it was like the person was barefooted. The killer was barefoot. And the footsteps in like the sand or whatever were missing a toe, and he was missing that exact toe. And then he checked his gun, and he was like missing a couple, like a bullet or two, and he was like, "Oh shit, whoopsies." So it could always be worse, technically. Yeah, I don't know what ended up happening to him. I don't think he went to prison because like he like he was literally asleep. I mean, there's like not more like you can't be held accountable for that, but it's such a ridiculous idea where it sounds like it's like no way. It's got to be some weird bullshit excuse, but I think they did a bunch of like sleep studies on him and like yeah, no, he's got some weird sleep shit. I mean, I know there's like other ones where you fall asleep and you like go out and have sex with people. That one, I heard about that one a long time ago, which is hilarious, but also terrifying. Because God knows what you might end up catching doing that. But my aunt, I've mentioned her before, she was the one who was schizophrenic. She used to sleepwalk, but she'd specifically sleepwalk to the kitchen and she'd just eat food out of the fridge. And they called her the pig fairy because she would just go in and she'd just start eating like a head of lettuce. Just in the middle of the night. Completely unaware. She'd always deny it because, like, she had no recollection of her doing that. But, like, yeah, she was the pig fairy. She would go get up and eat. You ate all the cookie dough? Oh, that could have gotten you sick. Do you know what? Cookie dough's good, though. It might be, like, worth getting the salmonella. Could be worth. Thankfully, I've never, like, sleepwalked before. Because that'd be fucking traumatizing, I think. Or maybe I'm dramatic. I'm probably being dramatic about it. I used to sleep sing, though. I used to sing in my sleep. Sing in my sleep. Whenever I was a good singer. And laugh. I used to laugh in my sleep. That one's creepy. I mean, that part would be funny. Like hearing about all this shit you did and you saw the ways you freaked them out in the middle of the night. That would be almost worth it. Because then you fuck with people. Or what you could do is that sometimes you're sleepwalking and then sometimes you're actually awake and you're walking around and you just do really stupid shit to fuck with them, but then they can't blame you because you, for all they know, were asleep. So how can they get mad at you over it? So you can just do some dumb shit. That's something I would have done. Oh. Ow. Fuck. Okay, that would be alarming. God. I always wish I had a bunk bed. But that would hurt. You know, a sore head. You know, a sore head is like the best outcome for that. Because that could very easily end in like a broken arm or something. My girlfriend used to have a bunk bed when we were in elementary school. I was so jealous. I wanted a bunk bed so bad. I still want a bunk bed. You know, fuck that. If I could get one of those bunk beds where like the top is a bed and the bottom is a desk, I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat. That's amazing. I'd love that. It sounds dope. God. Yeah. Oh, shit. Something popped up in my head and I was gonna say it, but I can't remember it anymore. I think it was in response to what you just said, but now I can't remember. Wait, you drank cleaner? Wait, were you awake or were you asleep when you did that? Like, was your sleep so... Oh, you were awake. Oh my, how old were you when this happened? Jesus. Drank cleaner. Damn. That was like hammered into my head that you don't drink any of the colorful liquids under the sink, even if you want to. The thing I wanted to eat as a child were the pink erasers. I wanted to eat them so bad. Oh, 3 or 4. Okay, you know what? That's understandable. 3 or 4 is pretty understandable. You're a little kid at that time. I had, like, I guess he would have been an uncle, but he died, like, super young because he was fucking around with matches and he set the house on fire and he died in the fire. So, I never had any of the instances where I fucked around with shit like that as a kid, with, like, chemicals or anything. I never had a fire phase. I never had a phase where I was playing with fire. My friend did, though. He just carried a lighter around and he would just light things on fire. Yeah, fire. I was always too afraid of fire. A lot of my experiences of not doing shit is just limited to me just being afraid. So yeah, no, I don't even think I've ever started a fire before. No, I've never started a fire before. Not even, like, for a campfire. Not always was my dad or my no-no's job. And my no-no had no feeling in his hands because he had nerve damage, because he was a baker by trade. And he would just shove his entire hand into, like, bonfires to move the logs around. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll keep in mind to light a fire one of these days. It'll be terrifying. I know it's gonna be terrifying. It shouldn't be terrifying, but somehow my mind will conclude that this is just the scariest thing in existence. Like the time that I rode like a sit-on lawnmower once. Like, yeah, straight, like, he would stick his hand, like, straight into the fire. My mom did the same thing, too. Meanwhile, her hands are not, she doesn't have nerve damage in her hands. Oh, shit, wait, does she? She might have in one of her hands. But she would just stick her hands into the fire. And everyone would be like, stop doing that. That's a stupid thing to do. Don't stick hands in open flames. Just, rule of thumb. It's not a good idea. What was I saying? I was saying something. Yeah, no, definitely not a good idea. Not a good idea. It's not a good idea. He did a lot of dumb shit. Like, he made it till his 70s. Yeah, I guess so, but unless you, like, stick your hand, like, you grab onto one of the, like, a smoldering log, which is generally what they were doing, because they wouldn't just stick it in for, I don't know, shits or giggles. They were doing it to, like, adjust the logs, and they would just take a handful of burning wood and just flip it. It was, He did a lot of weird, dumb things. He, at like 70, would like climb onto the roof of the cabin, where like my dad would be like, oh yeah, I'll come help you clear the gutters. And then he'll go outside, and my no-no's already up there, and he's like, oh, I'm almost done cleaning the gutters. And it's like, well, you weren't supposed to do that. You were not supposed to do that. And he'd do the same thing to me. He'd be like, Lily, come help me take down this pool. And it's like, well, okay. And it's like, no, no. Stop. I can take the pool down by myself. It's not that hard. He was a badass. He was like, he used to play on a soccer team. And he would play soccer with us sometimes at the cabin. In my no-no, he did not hold back. He did not aim to kick the ball at you. He aimed to kick the ball through you. You were just an obstacle. It does not matter if you were 5 years old. He would put that ball right through your head. Yeah, he did. Yeah, exactly. He would just punt balls at children. Because, like, my dad did a similar thing. Though, to be fair, it was an accident with one of my brother's old friend's brothers. He was out at the park by our old house, and they were playing soccer, and he kicked the ball so hard into this this other kid's nuts that he vomited everywhere. And he ended up he felt, bad about it. But now it's kind of hilarious, though. So, yeah, the child just puked everywhere because he took a ball to the nuts. Which, well, to be fair, I don't have any nuts, but I would assume that would probably hurt a little bit. Yeah, I would assume it's not great. Closest I've had was once when I was at the YMCA, I was playing hockey, and some kid just fucking like hit this puck towards me, and it got me right in the hoo-ha, and I was not comfortable. We went home after that. Me and my brother, we went home after that. Because so the wind gets knocked out of you. I mean, that makes sense. It's like, I always knew that it was painful. I guess that's why, like on TV, there was like the Just for Laughs show. And I know some of the jokes would be like, there was one where someone stops to help some motorist on like the side of the road, and he opens up like the hood, and he goes to close it, and it, falls on his, like, it closes on his dick, like, dick in air quotes because it's a prank. But I was like, I'd always watch that and be like, oh fuck, like, I don't have one of those. But I could not find those funny because, oh my god, I've never watched Jackass before. I've never watched that before, which is stupid because it sounds like something I'd watch, because I love watching people do stupid shit. It's like one of my favorite things in existence. Watching people do dumb shit is so much fun, and yet I've just never seen it before. Steve, oh, that's familiar. Might be because you've seen more extreme now, so it's sort of like you're used to it, and it's not really that impressive anymore because you've seen people do way dumber things and get hurt in worse ways. I mean, yeah, kids love that stuff. I don't think I've met a kid who didn't like that stuff. That wasn't an interactivity. There's one sketch ready. Wait. There's one sketch where they shoot up like a slingshot on a porta potty filled with shit. Wait, so they're flung upwards, or is there shit flung up into them? Either way, that sounds not fun. Finding things childish is like why you just sometimes shouldn't revisit your old childhood things. Gross. That's gross. Because, like, there's some things that I remember just being absolutely hysterical as a kid. And then I go and I watch them now, and I'm like, this is stupid as shit. Why did I ever find this funny? This is dumb. And then that's sort of like tainted in my eyes, which is why I just generally don't go and rewatch things like that from when I was a kid. Because then it feels disappointing. Oh yeah, definitely kids are very easily impressed. I was an easily impressed child. I'm an easily impressed adult. So yeah, because we were talking about video games, like old PS2 games, and how you look back on them and they're like, they don't look, I guess, super different to you. That's one of the things that didn't stand up to the test of time for me. Some things that I could... I'm trying to think. I think one of the things that I could go back to and still enjoy is like River Monsters. I haven't watched it in a while. But River Monsters was my shit as a child. I loved River Monsters so much. And I would just, it was like all I ever watched as a kid. Yes, Jeremy Wade, fuck yeah. I have like 2 Jeremy Wade books. I think they're both in my basement. And I got them when I was in like elementary school. I loved Jeremy. There's a Jeremy Wade subreddit on Reddit and it's super racist. I don't know why there's so much racism. He's super old now. Like, Jeremy is super duper old now. Yeah. I've gone fishing twice. Both when I was really young. And the first time I went out, I was in PEI, visiting family. Because it's where my dad's from. He's from Prince Edward Island. And one of my uncles owns he's a commercial fisherman. And so he took us out fishing. And I caught like 30 mackerel that day. Yeah, I got like 30 mackerel. I was the winner that day. And I think it's mainly because he had me doing a method of fishing that wasn't super legal. It was like you have the really long line that you hold in your hand. There's no rod or anything, and it's got like 5 hooks on it. And you throw it in the water. And I, for whatever reason, was really good at feeling when a fish had bit onto it. So I caught like 30-something fish that day. The other time I went fishing, I caught a whopping 0 fish. No one caught any fish. So, yeah. Those are my only 2 points in my life when I went fishing. It's definitely not legal in Canada either. It is super illegal to do that, yeah. But you know, whatever. I thought it was sick as fuck though. Catfish are so cool. It was only those like mackerel that we caught. I wish we'd been able to get something else. We saw seals though. That was dope. Seals are pretty cool. Really? I'm like, have you ever been to like those petting zoos where they'll have like the open tanks and you can pet like sharks and stuff, sharks and stingrays? Because I'm almost imagining like with that description, the catfish feeling sort of like a shark does, where their skin's pretty tough. Because like looking at a catfish, I thought they would be like slimy. What the fuck? Stop going upwards. I figured they would be like slimy feeling, but if they're not, then who knows? Soft leather, so not quite like a shark. Huh. Maybe one day I'll be able to touch a catfish. Probably not, but it's a possibility. It is a possibility. Fuck off. Sorry. Start program. We have like a sort of similar fish. We don't have a whole lot of variety when it comes to fish. I can't remember what it's called. And they're not poison, but they have a bunch of spines along their back. And like they're sharp. They're sharp. Because I remember me and my brother and my cousin were catching some of the babies with a net out inside the river, because we went out with a raft and we were using nets and we were catching them. And I remember trying to pick some up and ouch. Should not have done that. That hurt. But we don't have very many types of fish here in Manitoba. We don't have any lizard. Wait, no, we have one type of lizard in the entirety of Manitoba. Thanks, dude. Like the fish, what color? They were black. They were black fish. I think they might have had bull something in their names. But it's also been so long that it's hard to quite remember. But I remember, I think that earlier that day, my uncle had caught an adult one. So, I think they had like the, hell yeah, tasty legs, fuck yeah. I think, yeah, he'd caught an adult one earlier in the day. And they had those, like, almost like the catfish have the feelers on their faces. I was gonna say mouths, but they're not on your mouths. I don't know. This was so long ago that any description I give is gonna be super vague. Black bullhead. Let me look that up. Let's see. Black bullhead. Yes. It's probably this one. They are indeed in Manitoba. It's probably the black bullhead. Which is probably... bull route. See bull route. No, wait. No, it's not these. Mm-mm. They didn't have the big dorsal fin, and their faces weren't shaped like that. You were probably right about the first one, though. That it was probably the, what was it? What was the one that... bullhead. It was probably that one. Ooh. It's 9 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. And what would you be aiming to catch while saltwater fishing? And while doing it, would you be doing catch and release or no? Groupers, sharks, maybe a lot of species. Yeah. I wouldn't want to hook a shark. Yeah, catch and release for sharks. Yeah, well, absolutely. Sharks are in too rough a position right now to be caught. Yeah. I think it's less about exiting the water and more about the damage done by the hook. Because in a lot of situations, like, if you make sure to remove the hook, then they might be fine. They'd probably be fine. But I know a lot of people who, when they hook sharks, they'll just cut the line, and so the hook stays in their mouth, and that I doubt is good for them. Probably be very bad for them, in fact. Do they collapse when you take them out of the water? Huh. I'll look into that. I guess it's probably like prolonged periods of time. Because, I mean, they're out of their environment by like a lot. And that's going to cause some damage. Because, you know, sharks can be out of the water for like a little bit of time. Because some of them jump, but they're not meant to be out of there for any prolonged period. Because, you know, they can't breathe. They cannot breathe. Poor sharkies. It does make sense because, I mean, if it's not a deep ocean fish, I mean, the pressure probably wouldn't be very different. But whenever, it's kind of like the blobfish. and how it's not actually a blob. It just basically just explodes because it's in this drastic change in pressure. Yeah, the pressure. I mean, that's like the thing, is like people make fun of blobfish and the way they look, but like think of it like, if we get shot into space, we're gonna look pretty fucked up too. We're gonna look fucked up as well. So it's a little bit not fair to make fun of them for it. Yeah, they're so different looking. They look so prehistoric. Yeah, because, like, yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, now I'm thinking about blobfish. They're funny looking the way they are. That can't be not denied. I saw a while ago, because my favorite fish of all time is the frill shark. I fucking love those things. But I saw this video of a frill shark that was caught off of, I don't know where, but they're found in Asia. So it was somewhere in Asia, and they are deep water fish. You take one look at them and you'll be able to tell that they're deep water. And so I guess it was probably sick, but they brought this fish in to a aquarium and gave it its own tank. And mind you, the water isn't pressurized for it to be able to live in it. And so I was just watching this video, and this poor frill shark is sitting there, and it's trying to swim through the bottom of the tank. So it's got its face in like the rocks, and it's trying to swim through it to lower, to get down to the right pressure, but it obviously can't. And that one just made me sad, because the poor fishy. I love frill sharks so much. They're so good. Like my girlfriend got me a frill shark stuffy for Christmas, but it turns out my mother and my parents had both also got me a frill shark stuffy for my birthday, so I now have 2 frill sharks on my bed. I've got a whale shark, a IKEA shark, and 2 frill sharks on my bed. I mean, that sounds like a pretty dope existence to me. You just sit there. And, like, if the food, comes to you, basically, that sounds fine to me. I mean, that's just a whole lot less work. It's a whole lot less work. I'm guessing they eat, like, a lot of crustaceans or whatever, considering they're so deep down. It's weird because there's not a lot of lazy fish because, they're in the ocean, and the ocean's kind of it's kind of scary in there. I've always been afraid of water. Always been afraid. Yeah. Oh my god, the Amazon. I grew a huge appreciation for that place because of River Monsters, because he'd visit there so often and pick up like the most fucked up looking things ever. Oh, there's absolutely intelligent life in space somewhere. Because, like, I mean, how would there not be something out there? Why would we be the most intelligent creatures? Why would we be the only creatures, aside from, like, some bacteria, that would be in the universe or outside of our universe? It's stupid. Obviously, there's going to be others. There's other things out there. And the fact that some people think that there isn't are stupid. They're stupid people. There's obviously going to be stuff out there. We are not super duper special. There's no way we're special. Ocean's lovely, yeah. It's terrifying, though. It's so terrifying. God, I've always been terrified. Because I don't think there's probably not something in our particularly intelligent in our solar system. I feel like we probably would have found it already. But other solar systems, though, other galaxies, like, absolutely. I mean, you ever hear about, oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was in like a dam or some shit. It's like, oh god, what was it? It was like a dam or something. And some dude, it might have been Brazil or some shit. Some dude turned up dead. He was found like by some kid. And, he was like they fucked him up bad. Whatever got to him. This sounds like a non sequitur, but aliens. Totally aliens. It was totally aliens. 100%. Cannot change my mind about that. It was aliens. Is there? I'll have to look into that. Like, explanations for that. Because it is weird why we're the only thing in the universe, aside from, like, I think there's some bacteria on some other planet, but I can't remember which one. Mars, yeah. The ocean is horrifying. Like, I've always been afraid. Yeah, please do. Please send me the video. Because, like, I always used to be terrified of swimming. Even in, like, pools. I'd get, like, these sudden, like, moments of, like, abject horror while in water. Which is why I could never close my eyes in pools, even though I probably should have. But I'd be suddenly hit by, like, this intense fear while in the water. And I haven't swam since elementary school because of it. Because fuck that. That shit is scary. I've only swam in the ocean like once. And that was while I was in PEI. Because, I mean, I'm in the middle of the prairies. Not exactly any ocean nearby. We've only got these really gross ass fucking rivers. God, our rivers are gross. You can't see shit in those places. I went with some friend. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ellis. One time I went with like a friend and we crossed over the border to, I think, Saskatchewan or some shit. Or Saskatoon, whatever. And this was like back in like early elementary school. I'm talking like first to second grade. And so we went over there and we were staying at her uncle's trailer, I think, because he had a trailer out there that they basically used as a cabin. And they took us to like the beach, and it was so beautiful. You could see the fucking rocks at the bottom. It was like you see on those like vacation pamphlets or whatever, where like the water is perfectly clear. It was like that. It was like that. And it was just so cool. And that's the closest I've ever had. The rest of my water experiences have been like really gross. Because we have gross ass fucking rivers here in Winnipeg. No, not in Winnipeg. Well, yeah. Okay, they're pretty gross in Winnipeg. But like in Manitoba. The sand was black? Yo, what the fuck? That's a thing? Dude. That's sick. Wait. I'm Googling that shit. Black Sand Beach. Yo. That's cool as fuck. Holy shit. It looked like it should be dirt, but it's not. Dude. There's a sort of similar thing in PEI where the dirt is red. I wonder why stuff like that happens, like with the sand in Guatemala, or the dirt in PEI. Like, I'm assuming it's not all of the beaches look like that, but only like a select few, I'm assuming. Volcanoes. Dude, fucking volcanoes. I want to see a volcano one day. I want to see a volcano erupt. Shells are cool. I remember when I was in PEI when we were picking up shells, and my mom accidentally thought she picked up a crab and she dropped all my fucking shells into the ocean, and I was so pissed. Dude, so pissed. You can hike up the volcano? I am too lazy to do that. Way too lazy. I would never do that. I would prefer to take a gondola. Because I went to Banff once. Banff has fucking mountains. Coolest shit in existence. Oh my god, I loved it there. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, changing the color. I'm thinking. But I don't know what it's about. Yeah, I'm thinking things. Not very intelligent ones. Ouch. Good lord, my back. I'm only 19. Yeah. Because, like, on one hand, I'm a city person until I'm with somebody who's a city person. It's the same thing where I'm like, I'm terrified of bugs unless somebody else is terrified of bugs. Then I'm not afraid of bugs. And then I'll like pick them up and shit, but only under those specific circumstances. Because my cabin, it was out in the woods. It was out past Lac du Bonnet. And there was a lot of, it was in the middle of the forest. And I hated the bugs out there. But I still loved being in the woods, and I'd spend like the entire day just wandering with my cousin. And we would just walk to random places, because like we'd walk across, like we had a path from the backyard of my cabin that you could go down the path, and it leads you to this huge rock, and then you can, like, if you so desire, climb down it, which then leads to a dock. But you shouldn't do that, because the guy who owned that property would get super fucking pissed. Yeah, my job has messed up my body, like almost turning into a disc. Oh, that sucks. Early arthritis? Fuck. That's genuinely terrible. Damn. Is there like anything that can be done to slow that down? I don't know how arthritis works, honestly. Yeah. It's kind of ass. Because you're only 19. It's like, You shouldn't be developing that shit yet. You shouldn't be developing that until you're like middle-aged or old. Too young. You're too young. But a lot of people develop that stuff early. Example, my mother didn't have back issues when she was my age. But I do. So, you know, we all develop dumb shit at different times. Because I think my mother might have a bit of arthritis, but I'm not sure. I'd have to ask. This is gonna sound really random, but middle schoolers are demons. I just was reminded of that suddenly. I had a train of thought and it led to that. Middle schoolers are just monsters. Evil creatures. This is when I... yeah, middle school was brutal. I had like a very large friend group, so I was fine, but good God, do middle schoolers say stupid shit. Oh my God. Middle schoolers are the most like racist, sexist, just all of those. They're all of them. They're all of them. And the only people that they are afraid of in this entire world is like their mothers. Anyone else? They're not afraid. No, I just was thinking about like, I'll be honest, I actually had a pretty fun time with my friends in middle school. I'm just thinking of like some of the shit that they used to do. Oh, you didn't go to... oh, fuck. Damn. Yeah, that didn't happen at my middle school or any school I've gone to. And I go to the schools for like the kids who do the dumb shit that gets them in trouble with the law. And I've never seen that before. Damn. But like, oh God, did such edgy shit. Well, that's a nightmare. Jeez. The first school that my mom worked at was kind of like that, where it's like we have a lot of gang activity in certain parts of the city, and it was just run by kids in the gangs. She also said they were the most polite kids she had ever met, though. I think I mentioned this to Elvis before. Bathrooms are trashed. That's just a school thing, though. All school bathrooms are trashed 24/7. Like, oh my God, when the devious licks thing was going on, like, if you remember that. Oh my God. Kids were destroying schools. Like, they had to take away bathroom doors and shit because kids kept going in there and just fucking with the bathrooms, like pulling sinks off the walls and shit. That's what they were doing at like my mom's school. They were like ripping the soap dispensers off of the walls and like I think they broke some sinks and toilets. Like they were just completely just destroying shit. Like the most that like at my school they ever did was they'd like hotbox the bathroom. It was never like that. Yeah, kids are dumb as shit. Oh my God, someone was smearing shit everywhere? What the fuck? That's a kid with some mental issues. That's a kid with some legitimate mental issues. They had a rogue pooper at my mom's old school that she worked at. It was in middle school. It was K to 8. They had a rogue pooper. He'd do that. And I do think they eventually caught him. But it was a big mystery. And they were trying to, like, track down the rogue pooper for, like, months. Finger paintings. God, I've never been in a bathroom that's like that. Because I remember, like, we'd be crossing the border into the States, and we'd be in the bathrooms on the other side of the border. And, like, my brother and my dad would be like, we didn't use the bathroom, there's shit everywhere. And I've never seen that before in a bathroom, like in a women's bathroom. Yeah. I've never even been in a boys' bathroom, so I don't even know what they are even like on the inside. Like, sometimes I'm reminded that urinals are a thing, and it just blows my mind. Because it's like, there's urinals? It's crazy. It seems so, yeah, because, like, at most, there'll be, like, tampon wrappers or pad wrappers on the ground or something. Or someone has a really fucking bad day and there's blood everywhere. That sometimes happens. I've never gone into a bathroom and seen it, but I do know that does happen, where there's just, you'll go in and there's just blood everywhere. But that's someone having a really bad day. So, you know, that one can be excused. That'd be so mortifying. God, I remember once, my first day of high school. You could finish that. Oh, gross. My first day of high school. One of my teachers wouldn't let me leave to go to the bathroom. It turns out I'd been hit with my period. So I was just stuck, and it was so bad. I cried all the way home. Which, to be fair, was unrelated to me bleeding everywhere. That was just because I was in so much pain. But that poor teacher, he was horrified, and he got into deep shit, I think, over it, over not letting me go. He didn't stop me from going to the bathroom afterwards ever again. God, now I have that in my head too. Oh, gross. That'd be so gross. Yeah. Because, yeah, you get stuck in those situations, and it's just oh shit. Like, now, I'm never anywhere where I don't have anything like that, because mine, it's very erratic, and sometimes I'll get it twice a month, because God loves me, and so it'll happen, like, at any moment. So, you always keep something on you, unless you want to have a really, really bad day. Terrible day. I was never on the receiving end of that. I do know, I did see a lot of girls who were, and yeah, they were fucking awful. Like, I'm pretty sure there was this one girl who, they only bullied her because her name was also Alexis. Like, the main bully girl, her name was Alexis, and this other girl's name was Alexis. And they just seemed to bully her because of that. which is such a fucking retarded reason. Like, she was such a nice girl, and it was all because her name was Alexis, and it was retarded. But, like, I was never on the receiving end of that stuff. I was treated almost like a pet. Because I've mentioned it before, where people knew that I had some mental issues. Yeah, they sound right, yeah. But, like, that same girl who bullied the other girl for being named Alexis, she would treat me like a pet because I was gay, and also I had mental problems. Like, you know that voice people take on when they're talking to, like, a special needs kid? That's what she'd fucking do with me. She'd fucking do the voice. She'd just talk to me like I'm, like, actually retarded. And I'm not. I am not. I'm only moderately retarded. So, yeah. It's lovely. They thought, like, yeah, I may not have all been there, but I knew what they were doing. It was absolutely baby talk. Exactly. Yeah, how dare I? I mean, pick a struggle. Come on. Yeah, it was... Because they would always be like, oh my gosh, Lily, do you have a crush on someone? Do you have a crush on a girl in the class? And I was like, no. Leave me alone. I don't know you. And they were weirdly invested in my relationship with Sophie. It was really strange. Very strange. She was also, that Alexis girl was like, got weirdly jealous at one point of me because the boy she had a huge crush on asked me out. It was fucking hilarious. The entire situation was hilarious. Oh my god. It was amazing. It's a legendary moment in my mind. But she got super jealous about that, and she would, like, constantly ask me, like, why wouldn't you date him? I was like, I'm still gay. I'm not gonna stop being gay. And then that kid proceeded, like, the boy proceeded to harass me for the rest of the year. So that was fun. Yeah, fuck me, I guess. And that was back in middle school. That one specifically happened in middle school. Yeah. Like, oh, I remember, like, we were doing these, like, where you were running laps, and you had a certain amount of time, and you run for however long you can. And I was running out, I was jogging by myself, and he apparently came up behind me and pretended to punch me in the head. And then, I didn't notice until I heard my female gym teacher just fucking screaming at him through the goddamn, like, what do they call the microphone? It startled the shit out of me, and then he had to give me a handwritten apology note for pretending to punch me in the back of the head. And then I gave it to my friend, and he framed it and put it on his wall. I wonder if he still has that. So that was fun. Yeah, he was a bit down bad. The entire year he would just harass me. And it was so fucking annoying. Like, I remember I would come in from, like, to go to, like, have lunch, and he would just turn to me and yell, honey, I'm home. And then he would, like, block me, and he wouldn't let me walk past him. And he would always, like, it was annoying. It was just small things like that that really built up. It's annoying as shit. I don't even know why he decided he wanted to go out after me. He had, like, I don't know. He was there was one time when he was bugging me, and because I used to, like, well, I do still, but I would sit up at my desk with my knees pulled in front of me so that it was between me and the table. And he was, like, going, like, well, how do you do that? Because I would always just ignore him and I wouldn't answer him. And he was trying to get a reaction out of me. And so he decided he was going to try doing that as well, and he ended up getting like legitimately stuck in the seat, and it took him a really long time to get out. And that one did get me a reaction. I mean, because that was fucking hilarious. It's stupid as shit. Because he got stuck. I thought that was very funny at the time. I don't really hold any grudge against him for it. It was an annoying thing at the time. And now it's just an annoying, funny thing. You gotta after you by a boy or a girl. This is very integral. Was it a boy or a girl? Was this like a girl? Was this like a for money thing, or just she just wanted to? Like, which one was like she just wanna? Because I never heard of anyone doing that in my high school, but I also wasn't paying attention. I also wasn't even there half the time, so, you know. Like, I missed the time that someone broke their arm, you know, doing like that when you sit on the railing and slide down the stairs. I missed the time some kid broke his arm doing that. I didn't miss when he came back with a cast and he proceeded to fucking do it again. That one was hilarious. Because, like, some teacher came out and was like, why the fuck are you doing it again? Like, you literally just broke your arm doing that shit, and you're in a cast a day later trying to slide down the railing, you dumb fuck. It was really funny. Teenage boys do dumb shit, and I love watching it happen. Yeah, fuck yeah. Femboy. I mean, that'd be living the dream. It'd be living the dream. Who would be able to say no? I wouldn't. I don't even have a dick. But I wouldn't be able to say no. There are ways. There's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. You don't question it. It'll happen. It's just one of those things. Yeah, somehow, for whatever reason, I am not surprised that she got pregnant. I am not surprised. There was not one girl in my entire, so far in my entire time at high school who's gotten pregnant. Not one. That is amazing. It's incredible. Okay, I used to wear fishnet too. I still wear fishnet, so that one I can't blame her for. I still do that. I love fishnet. There were a few. I also went, did you go to a big school? Because my school only had 200 to 400 students, something like that. And my current school is even smaller. We don't even have 100 students at my school. So there's only probably about 30 students present a day. Yeah, state school. Exactly. They're awesome. I think there's only one. I only have one pair now, because I think my dog fucked up my other pair when she was excited when I came home, and she started jumping on me and put her paws on my legs, and she tore the netting. So I also broke all of the. If there was a rule for dress code, I broke it. Hee hee. I don't even think my current school has a dress code. No. You run fishnets through washer. They're not disposable. They're just like any other leotard. I think I have fishnet stockings as well, actually, now that I think about it. And you just, you run them through the washer. Huh. Are they doing it, like, on purpose to have them look ripped or whatever? Huh. Because, like, that stuff is actually, stockings and like that, those are actually pretty pricey. Because, like, I'll go get my, I mainly get my stockings from Ardene's, because I have no idea where else to get them. I might try getting them from Amazon, because those are cheaper. But they're, like, for a pair, it's, like, $8 or some shit. Like, if you get them from, I got my first pair was from Hot Topic. Oh my god, my shit's lagging so bad. My first pair was from, yeah. In those certain videos, they also rip all sorts of stuff. Like, what are they called? The way they'll rip sweatpants. They'll rip sweatpants and stuff like that, They're not wearing those again. Those they're just throwing out. Which, to be fair, I'm sure that a lot of the stuff used is going to get tossed in those sorts of videos. It is a bit of a waste, yeah. Because those things can be pricey. They can be pricey indeed. Like, I wouldn't go around wanting to damage those sorts of things, because fuck if I'm going to sit there and spend the money to replace them constantly. But that stuff's also provided to them as like a set prop. You wouldn't even be able to, because if you're ripped, then it's gonna be pretty obvious what they were used for. But I mean, that stuff like that, if you get stuff like that on clothes, you can wash it out. It can be washed out. So you'd still be able to. Not that I'd have any experience with that, though, so. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking gross. I mean, kinda right. Pre-workout. Oh. Jesus. It's disgusting. I mean, I wonder how much you'd have to eat for it to be pre-workout. Like, how much for the right amount of, like, protein and stuff and calories. Oh, man. That is a good question. It's a question. But it's not one that I would know the answer to, unfortunately. I wish I did. That's funny. You're a true male. You're a true alpha male when that's where you get your pre-workout. You're showing dominance. Oh, shit. No, you would need to have a shitload of it. Like, we're talking, like, My Little Pony cum jar amounts of it, like, just saving it up to get one pre-workout. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, that would, it'd be really gross. I bet that someone out there's tried doing it. Because, I mean, people do weird shit like that all the time. Like, have you seen the video of the dude like coming on an Oreo and then eating it. Because I know I've seen that one. People are not afraid to eat that stuff. They should. They should not be eating stuff, so like they'll just eat everything. They'll eat anything. Like, I know it's not gonna be bad for you, but like, still, maybe don't. Oh god. Wait. Who? You got my attention. Thank you. I love people who do dumb shit like that. They're my favorite thing about humanity. It's like, how do you even... just... no. I can't. Ugh. These probably taste so gross. I'd be too grossed out to even like drink like a, you know, like the egg yolk. You'd drink the raw egg yolk. I'd be too grossed out to do that. Oh, shit. Wait, what the fuck was I using? Wait. Oh, that's what I was using. That's the pen. Oh, yeah. Make sure you don't put it next to a radiator. I hear that doesn't go well. Connor Murphy. I shall look into that. My dad... Oh. Okay, the stream lagged, I think. I'll take a look at that. Connor Murphy fellow. And see what the fuck is wrong with him. But I appreciate his bizarre actions because it gives me amusement. So. Wait. NHL? You kidding me? Wait, no. No. It's not this person, is it? What the fuck? Where the fuck? Oh. Okay, but we got a fucking League of Legends ad right there. Dude, wait. Does this guy have a Wikipedia page? I need to know this. Personal life. Bullshit. Nothing there. Damn it. Yeah, it's gotta be, because I'm... Divine Protein Shake. I'm going to look into this later so that I can look around more freely, because that's disgusting. That's disgusting and hilarious. I've been streaming for a while, haven't I? Shit. Never streamed this long before, I don't think. Good God. My back hurts. It does take a lot of practice. It's digital art and traditional art both have different ways that make it easier and harder. Because like with traditional art, generally you're going to be more familiar with the supplies because these are supplies that you've been using for a long time. You're given pencils to work with in school, but digital, you aren't necessarily provided that stuff. But in digital, you can do shit where you can like resize things. Yes, you can combine the two. Actually, it's fairly common where people will draw something or ink something on a piece of paper and then they'll scan it and then they'll color over it in digital or stuff like that. It's a thing. I've tried doing it before, but I don't know how to scan something. I even have a printer. I can scan something, but I am too lazy to learn how. I am not very bright when it comes to these things. But yeah, no, it's people do combine it. I've also seen people draw something digitally and then they'll use one of these light box thingies and they'll put this printed out picture on and then they'll draw over it with a second piece of paper, they'll trace it, and then they'll do it traditionally. To me, that seems like it's a lot of extra steps. Yeah. I have never drawn using an iPad aside from like in middle school when they used to give us iPads to use for school, and I used to draw using that in my finger. It was not good. But I think I know some people who draw using an iPad, and from what I hear, it's pretty good to work on. I don't think I'd be able to do it though. I'm too used to having a very, very big screen. Because my screen, it's longer than my forearm. It's fucking huge. And it's a new-ish. It's newish. I got it last Christmas. It's a big ass thing. Plus, if you have like an iPad that still serves as a separate electronic, so you can use it for like other things than drawing. But yeah, I've generally heard that they're good. Oh, you're trying to build a PC? Ooh. That's cool. How is it going so far? Some people my dad worked with, or used to work with, would build PCs for fun. But he also worked in the IT industry, so it was just a bunch of nerds. So. Oh, so you're close to being done then, if you only need those two things. This computer that I'm working on right now has a bunch of like, it's got like a stupid amount of memory on this thing. And RAM, it's got a stupid amount of RAM too, because something that they don't really tell you is that digital drawing takes a fuck ton of RAM. It's a nightmare, because I kept, like, a huge problem was, Psy 1 used to keep crashing on me because of lack of RAM. And so I got this new computer, and then I got Psy 2, and then my dad took me out and he showed me which one I needed to buy, and then he put it in, and now this is like a super powerful computer. And I only use it to draw. 32 gigs of RAM. I don't know how many. I'd have to ask my dad. In the gaming chat, I think my parents are probably asleep. So tomorrow evening, I shall ask my father how many gigs of RAM I have in my PC, because I could not tell you. I could not. I don't know anything about computers. I just buy what I am told to buy, and then my dad does it. Yeah, very nerdy. My dad is very much a nerd. But you know, it's helpful because he knows how to fix all of the electronics when I don't. I mean, being picky with electronics is probably a good thing, so you don't buy any shitty quality stuff and, like, you know, manage to fuck something up. Ouch. Don't know if you could hear that. That's my back. The only time I've ever taught someone how to do something on a computer was once in early high school. I taught a friend how to make a folder on a computer because he did not know how to make a folder, and that just, I thought that was very funny, because how do you live so long in the current day and age and not know how to make a folder? Yeah, stuff like that. That's one of the things with digital art is the computer is super expensive. Tablet, really fucking expensive. But long term, it is better than traditional, because the pens and the pencils and the markers and the sketchbooks, that stuff massively adds up. I have got hundreds upon hundreds of, probably upwards of $1,000 worth of markers on my desk, like right now. And like that would be a nightmare. So it's one of those things where, yeah, it's short term super expensive. Long term, you're saving so much money. Yeah, it runs out, which is a pain in the ass, and there's also no undo button, so you can't really fix it. So it's why generally the short term isn't the good idea to go for, not like with this sort of stuff for electronics, really. That I know about electronics. You don't buy the cheap shit over and over again. Yes, erase marks are fucking horrible. Like, now that I'm doing traditional art again, I think it's my erasers, they are shit. My erasers suck. They are not erasing. They are not doing their jobs. And so I'm just coloring over like green pencil or pink pencil, and you can see it right through under the ink. It's just a pain in the ass. Yeah. It's stuff like that about traditional is a pain in the ass. But it's also what makes it a really unique experience when compared to digital art, because these are not necessarily issues with digital, but there are other problems that you come up with, because you can just have, like, you're not gonna have your sketch pad's not gonna crash. It's not gonna crash, but your fucking computer will. or your files will corrupt. It's not gonna happen with your your sketchbook. So that's like one of the setbacks that comes to that stuff. Is electronics will shit themselves and they'll die. My previous computer was like 13 years old. That thing was running off life support. It would randomly let out these like death rattles that shake my entire bedroom. And the fact that it didn't die while in the middle of drawing something is frankly amazing. And that's a uniquely digital problem. Yeah. Like, this, yeah, it was ancient. It was an amazing computer, though. It still sometimes works. It takes like 15 minutes to boot up, though. It takes 15 minutes to turn it on. It's sort of gotten to a point where whenever I draw digitally, I'm generally drawing for somebody else. But whenever I'm drawing traditionally, cat's eating, so you'll hear noises, I'm just drawing random shit because why not? So it's almost like I almost enjoy traditional more. And I've been having a lot of fun with it, which is weird. Even though there's so many limitations with traditional that just don't exist with digital, I'm still having more fun with it. Yeah, me and Elvis were talking about this, like with the old electronics, like Game Boy, stuff like that. Like my DSi still works. And this thing's like probably like 12 years old and it still works perfectly. It's beautiful. I love my DSi. I still use my DSi. So does my 2DS. My 2DS still works. Like these things, they stay, they fucking hold up, and it's beautiful. And that's something I love. Game Boy Advance. I did not have a Game Boy Advanced. My dad did though, I think. I played on the Xbox 360, PS2/PS3, and my DSi/DS2, 2DS. Game Boy Advance would be pretty cool though. Oh, GameCube. I also had a GameCube. God, I miss that fucking GameCube so bad. That thing was beautiful. I miss it. I can't remember when we got rid of it, but it was a long time ago. Forever sad about it. Youch. I have a shitload of Pokemon games. I have, well, most of my DS games are Pokemon games. I've got like one non-DS game. No, two. I have two, and they're both Bakugan. I used to just play them over and over and over again. There's Pokemon games will forever be like one of the, I'd say, most memorable games in my childhood. Alongside like Minecraft, because Minecraft. Who didn't? Like at this point, most people grew up playing Minecraft. Xbox 360. Do you know that game where it used a webcam, and you would like be waterboard rafting and stuff? I fucking loved that game so much. And I remember that our DS, not DS, I'm stupid, our Xbox 360 was dying, and we found that out because it chewed up our CD for that game. Kinect? Maybe. Let me check. I'm gonna Google it. Maybe? It might have been. It was probably. Yeah, probably was this. Yeah, it would probably be the Kinect. I used to play that all the time. I love that game. My cousin, he outgrew his Pokemon cards, and he gave them to me and my brother. And so we had a shitload of cards, but we didn't know how to play it. So, I would like, instead of playing, like 51 pickup. 51 pickup? We used to do that with these cards. And we also used to like throw them on the ground and flip them over, and then you had to like guess two cards that looked the same. We did not know how to play Pokemon, so we just improvised and made up our own games. So, yeah. Oh, I'll be back in a second. I have to let the cat out. No, what the fuck? Sir, why are you at my door? Why are you scratching at my door? Don't do that. Turns out it was this cat trying to get in. He was not allowed in. I don't know the date for the cards that we had, but we ended up giving them away to somebody else, which I regret. I do have some cards now, though. I remember I bought some, and I also got some as a gift for my dad, and we learned how to play the actual game. So, ouch. Yeah. Hi, Nimmy. I think I'm gonna end off the stream soon, though. Oh shit, it's my desk. Because it is late, and I want to go to bed soon. And honestly, I have gotten like no fucking art done this stream. I just ended up talking most of the time, which is fine. I'm fine with that. At least I got something done. And also, I'm pretty sure I'm drawing hair completely fucking wrong. I haven't. How the hell do I color hair now? Shit. Oh my god, how do I draw hair now? Shit. Wait. I have no idea if I'm doing this right. Tamagotchi. I never did that one. I never had Tamagotchi. It's never something I had or did. I mean, how long have I been streaming? I only got done the skin That's unfortunately not very good speed for me. But I'm also not a very quick painter, artist, colorer. I'm not very good. 2 hours. Oh, fuck. 2 hours? Jesus Christ. That's fucking horrible. Okay. It's worse than I thought. Whatever. That's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Damn. I think I'm gonna upload this to YouTube after I'm done streaming. But I don't know. I should probably... I don't know. I might stream more often. Is it? Hell yeah. It's on my stream. Fuck yeah, dude. I only stuck around for one stream for very long, and it was like a few hours. I think it was on it for like 5 hours or some shit. It was a charity stream. Well, I hope to do more of these streams, maybe. And just talk. Talking is fun. And I mean, when you're like here, you're actually like talking to, I don't know, because whenever I've been in a stream, I've never like had the opportunity to talk to anyone, because they're usually so full of people and there's so much going on that there's no room for conversation. But here, the only thing that's going on is conversation. So, you know, there's just nothing really going on. It's very low energy, low speed. Yeah. It's because I've never been one to tune into streams. Mainly because it's, you know, you have to like catch them at the right time. The only person whose streams I tune into is Deadwing Dork, which I've been linking them recently. But it's like, it's a very passive thing. You don't really get to do much, you just listen. But sometimes, like, I think it would be fun to be able to talk to a streamer while they're streaming and just hear the conversation real time happening and have some sort of effect on what's going on in the stream. But in like big streams, there's like nothing you have no effect. You're just another person who's present and saying shit in the chat and getting no response. Good God, my throat hurts. But does my voice sound rough? I'm guessing my voice probably sounds a bit rough. Good God. I don't think I've yelled once during the stream. I don't think I've yelled once. Not really? Oh, that's good. That's good. Because it feels rough. It hurts to speak. Because I don't talk this long. Yeah, just a little raspy. Yeah, I'm not used to talking for this long. Hopefully I'll get used to it, though. Yeah, do you know what? I'm really good at finding things to yell about. I am super good at it. It's a talent of mine, to be honest. I have and will yell over dumb shit. Yell while calling. Yeah. I've done it before. I have done it before. Oh God, I used to do it all the time. I was constantly being told to shut the fuck up in school when I was with my friends, because I'd just be screaming some stupid shit. Start screaming, like, oh my God, I said so many not appropriate things. I didn't get in trouble ever really in school, other than like the surface level, Lily, shut the fuck up, you're being too loud. But other than that, I never got in trouble, and I don't know why, because I would just blatantly like yell some really fucking horrible shit. Because I remember I was like, pretty distinct memory, it was like I was talking to a friend and the classroom was just dead silent, and I don't remember why I did it, but I just yelled, we should just burn all the fags. And I was just saying a bunch of shit like we should just kill the faggots, and the teacher was there She was there. She could absolutely hear me. And they just didn't acknowledge it. No one acknowledged what I was saying, even though it was a dead silent classroom and I was yelling it out at the top of my lungs. So, it was just a lot of instances like that, where you'd yell some dumb shit. Yeah, eventually you'll hear me yell. Eventually it'll happen. I think it was Elvis who pointed this out, because, like, on my streamer I was playing Genshin. Sophie was telling me to calm down, so I was probably yelling there, but the audio got fucked up. So now you'll hear me yell sometime, because my voice is not usually this quiet. Generally, my speaking tone is screaming. So it's also like 7, not 7. It's also 10 at night. So it would be really kind of rude if I started yelling. It would be very rude if I started yelling. People would not be happy with me. Including the neighbors. Because we live in a condo where our wall is connected to the other buildings. People. Yeah, that's the word. Our old neighbors were terrible. Fuck. They turned their condo into a flop house. And they had like a trailer, like a designated trailer they attached to their truck just to carry mattresses. And they were taking people from up north and they're bringing them down here to Manitoba and to Winnipeg. And I swear to God, they, like, their kid 24/7 ran up and down the stairs just all day and all night. You'd hear them like slamming around in the middle of the night at like 1 a.m. They'd be slamming shit everywhere. It was terrible. Absolutely awful, but they got evicted though. So, whoops. Autistic zoomies. Jesus. Oh, that made me make a weird noise. Okay. Oh, it's not even that funny. Damn it. What are you gonna draw next? Well, for other stuff that I was working on, I had this drawing of Picasso that I started over the summer and then never touched again. That's a fucked up looking arm. Jesus. It's a fucked up arm. And then there's that's got a shitty ass looking hand. There's a theme with me. It's just terrible hands. But other than that, I don't really have anything else going. Oh, I'm gonna try sketching. Let's try sketching. What are we gonna draw? Let's draw some big titty bitches. Big titty bitches. When in doubt. Hell yeah. It'd be cool to see you come up with a character. I don't design characters very often because I am fucking awful at it. I am so bad at designing characters. Just terrible. The only character I really designed in recent times was the mascot character, and that was over the summer. And that was because I was like, I need something. There has to be something. Oh wait, that looks retarded. But I needed a mascot. Maybe I'll try designing characters more often. I've been thinking of doing like adoptables, where you like create a pre-made design and then you sell it to somebody, usually through like bidding and stuff. I've been thinking of doing that. Mainly just for fun. This looks retarded. Whatever. Maybe it'll stop looking retarded. I love that word. Retarded. It's such a fun word. It's one of my favorite slurs. I like the word queer too. It's funny. I hate when people call me queer though. That's one of those things where it's like people will just dead at, oh my, this looks like shit, what the fuck. People will just call you queer now. It's like, yeah, you're queer. It's like, oh, thanks. You may as well just call me a faggot. Just call me a faggot, please. Like, if you're gonna call me queer, at least be trying to be mean about it. If I'd rather someone call me like a dirty faggot. This is look retarded. Like, call me a dirty faggot than call me queer and like meaning too. Trouble. Sure, why not? That'd be cool. Trouble. Damn these fat thumbs, girl. Wait, what? Wait, what were you correcting? Whatever. Trying to figure. Oh my god, this looks so bad. What am I doing? Was your message modded? I don't even know what that means. What would that mean? Let me check the thingy. I got in trouble for saying retarded. Oh, at school. Okay, yes, okay. I can see. It's here. I can see it. Oh, yes, Automod held a message for bullying. I will allow you to say the word retarded. You've been given permission. Oh, what the fuck? You've been given permission. Remember, like, that one, like, site you could use, and it was called, like, This Crush, and we could, like, anonymously, like, confess to shit to people? I remember I had an account, except it wasn't being used for, like, that shit. It was being used for, like, you know, talking about people's fictional characters. This was specifically when I was in the creepypasta fandom, which if you've ever been in that one, it's a fucking nightmare. It's like, oh, This Crush. It's a board where, yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a site where someone will make a profile, and then you can either like identify yourself or not identify yourself, and you can send in questions to which they can answer them. And I had a This Crush account, and people kept fighting in my account. They would leave these messages, and then they'd get pissed at each other because they'd be like dissing each other in these messages. And so my account got taken down for bullying, but they weren't even bullying me. They were bullying each other through my account, which got me banned. So, thanks. It was pretty funny though. I was a bit of a controversial figure. I was mainly friends with a controversial figure, which then made me controversial. Yeah, basically. They would I think one of the big arguments all started when somebody was like insulting one of my characters, and I was just like, I didn't really care because it's a character. It doesn't matter. But then a bunch of people got really angry about it in my responses, and they were like, why does it matter what you think of their character? Why does it matter what you think of our character? And then it escalated, and then it was like somehow it became racial, where they were talking about like racism. Mind you, this has like nothing to do with the initial argument, and so it just becomes racial all of a sudden. I'm pretty sure that's what got it banned, because they were arguing over what constitutes as racism, and it was honestly really funny to watch happen. It was hilarious. They were, I know at least one of them was a friend of mine at the time, I haven't talked to any of these people in a really long time. Because they all just we all moved on. We moved on, or we all disappeared off the internet. A few of my old friends disappeared off the internet, and I haven't seen them in years. Thinking of you, Alex. I have no idea where he is. I hope he's okay. And we love the internet. We love the internet. This is looking so bad. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still working on this? It looks like shit. I love how arguments escalate like that, though. It's funny, because they just get these, like, ridiculous, over-the-top, ideas from, like, simple answers, and they'll lose their shit over it preemptively. It's like if someone were to, like, legitimately just, like, you're talking about something completely inane, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, so you would agree with Hitler if he did the same thing or something, or just they randomly bring Hitler in. It's like that. It's just sort of it's completely blindsiding. And I've seen people do that before online, and it's absolutely always hilarious. And I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. They're trying to, like, I guess, push someone into a corner to make them, I guess, back down on what they're saying. By implying that they're, like, racist or a Nazi or homophobic, or they like using pedophile now too. That one's the one that they love. Everyone who disagrees with you is actually a pedophile, don't you know? I love the internet. I love it. Like, I remember when I first made my TikTok account, immediately was being accused of being a pedophile. It was instantaneous. And that's just, it's just an internet thing. Nobody accuses somebody else of being a pedophile so quickly and with, like, zero anything. Yeah. They followed you home, just stalk you home. I was in the Friends with the gay kids, and we were the ones who were saying it. No one else. It was only us. It was, yeah. Some people, they were ready to fight. Okay, that would have been fucking hilarious, though. Getting in a fight with the gay kids. Oh, fuck. That would have been funny. That would have been kind of funny. My god. Imagine getting jumped over that. That'd be such a stupid thing to get jumped for. Jesus. You're not in contact with any of these friends anymore? Or are you still in contact? I'm only in contact with one of my friends from school. And that would be my girlfriend. Oh, that sucks. Jesus. A lot of people just see it's black and white to them. It's just, any use is bad use, except for whenever they use it. It's fine when they use it, but anyone else? Nope. You're basically Hitler if you use it. Yeah. I was with the emo gay kids, so they were never afraid to say absolutely all the fucking horrible shit. It was super edgy kids. Some of my friends became a little bit more tightly wound about stuff like that as they got older, and I'm not really in contact with anyone. Unrelated thing. But I never became tightly wound about that stuff. Like, my girlfriend doesn't like use of certain words. I've mentioned she doesn't like the use of the word retarded. Mind you, I find it fucking hilarious. So, compromise is I don't use it around here. And so... They kicked you out? Why? That's for after being outcast? That's stupid. Damn. That's rough. Jesus. If they were willing to boot you out just like that, then they probably weren't worth sticking around with, if I'm honest. Friends don't just ditch their friends like that. Oh, shit. I kind of did that once, but it was completely accidental. I ditched one of my friends. I just completely ghosted him, and it was not on purpose, but, whoopsies. I'm just bad at answering people. Were your ideologies too, I guess, liberal for them, or were you too conservative, or whatever, or edgy? Because at this point, I think I'd be a bit too edgy for my friends. Ow, fuck, that's my wrist. Jesus. It's not supposed to crack like that, damn. So I remember I used to be one of the less edgy kids in my friend group. And now I would be I'd be the edgy one. Crazy. How times change, my friends, how times change. I love characters with uneven hairstyles and stuff like that. It's so much fun. Wait. It's so much fun. Now 3 hour? Damn, shit. Fuck, maybe in 30 minutes I'll call it quits. I keep thinking, I'll just call it quits now, and then I don't. It's hard when you're in conversation. It just feels like you're running off a conversation, even though I'm so fucking tired. So tired. I don't stay up this late during the week. Too conservative and edgy, but now I'm okay with that stuff, so no specific political ideology. Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean. I was always I was very libtard with my opinions. I still am. To the extreme. Normalize cannibalism. We should do that. Sounds like fun. That's a genuine... I genuinely don't see why cannibalism is even that bad. I used to have such hard opinions on certain things. I used to be very moral policey with certain things. I was super against the existence of lolly and shit. And then I realized, why the fuck am I angry about this? This is retarded. Why am I angry about this? This is stupid. And I've been so much happier since. Because, I mean, like, what's the point in being angry about certain things, you know? It just ain't worth it half the time. It just ain't worth it. And so many people just constantly are angry about something because they find something to be angry about. And I was that type of person. But now, like, opposing opinions are fine. So many people get up in arms and if you don't agree with them. But that's how you get echo chambers. You need to have people who have dissenting opinions. Yeah, I agree with you on the military. My mother was a kidette or whatever. She never ended up going to war, but it was actually really close at one point because of what was going on with Quebec. But I don't like the military. She has no opinion on it, but like the soldiers, they come back from war and then they throw them away. They throw away the soldiers. Yeah, and then like they get all these health issues, whether it's be from injury in battle or PTSD, mental illness, stuff like that, and they just don't get help. And they get treated so badly, and so many of them go homeless. And then we all know how homeless people are treated. It's stupid. They're not at all grateful for what these vets do. And that pisses me off. I've never been explicitly for or against military. Because I do not care. I don't care. I would never go join the military though. I'd rather die. That sounds horrible. Yeah, but I think that. Yeah. Yeah. The war, it fucks people up. Just sometimes it's just irreparable. Other people are managed to get their shit together and move past it. A lot of them don't. And then stuff like that happens. And then there's no compensation for the family, and they just basically have to figure it out on their own. Oh shit, would they? They'd be able to draft you? Damn. I wonder if they'd ever start drafting women. Because I know that's a question that gets asked a lot now because of Ukraine, what's going on in Ukraine. I wonder if they would be able to start drafting women. If you have a lot of mental issues, they can't necessarily draft you. Because even if they started being able to draft women, they wouldn't be able to draft me. Because I just got too many problems. Too many medications I need to be on. So, I mean, if you guys got mental issues, then you might be able to wiggle out of it. Or you can just go with the old reliable and just break your leg or some shit. You know, that works too. Yeah, it works. I've been seeing a ton of videos of Russian kids breaking their own legs and shit so that they won't get drafted, so that they can just say, hey, look, I'm hurt. So, I mean, if it works, man. And it ain't cowardly. I hate when people say stuff like that is cowardly, because, like, why should people be forced into, you know, fighting wars that they don't have any stakes in? It's not on them. It shouldn't be on them. They'll just make you into a super soldier. No. I'd make a really shitty super soldier. Do you know what? If they could give me superpowers and make me a super soldier, do you know what? I would do it. They could do it. If they wanted to make me a super soldier, if they could do it, fuck it. I'll become Captain America. We'll see how it goes. I don't think... Would I make a good captain? I'm not American. Shit. Never mind. Captain Canada. Maybe. No, that sounds stupid. Do you know what? Captain America does technically sound stupid as well, if you think about it. Yeah, because they don't even... No one gives a shit about you once you get back. They're all like, oh, go fight for war, die for your country, protect rights, and then you get back after fighting for the war and watching all your friends die, and they're like, oh yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Don't we love people? People are so nice. Yeah. I don't know. Is that like a huge issue? I don't know much about that stuff, honestly. So I don't know. Yeah, because like someone claiming they did all this shit and then it's actually complete bullshit, and you're sitting there and you've done all of that, and they're making up these like fantastical stories of the shit they did, and like, oh, I'm such a hero, it was glory on the battlefield. I was like, no, it's not glory. It's gross and horrifying, and there's so much war crime happening, so many war crimes. Everyone's killing each other. Everyone's fucked. Yeah. Uh-oh. I shall allow it. Trying to live. Is there a way that I can make it so it doesn't mod people when they say retard? I'll figure that out. Yeah, there we go. We'll see. I'll look at that later. Figure out. Oh god, 3 hours ago. Shit, has this been going for 3 hours? No, 2 hours and 53 minutes. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out later, and I'll make it so that you can say the haha funny words. All of the haha funny words. They're all funny. It was a military ship, which was why Ronnie McNutt killed himself, if you remember that, going on in like 2020. It was military stuff, and then people made up a bunch of stories saying he did it because it was like a girlfriend or whatever. I was like, no, he had PTSD. He was a veteran. Yeah, it's hard to notice because it's like, has it actually been that long? It doesn't feel like it. But then I look at the clock and it's 10:45, and it's like, oh, I should be asleep. But I'm not. Except the N-word. The N-word is not funny at all. evil N-word. Wait, no. I mean, the word is evil. I know, but the N-word has history behind it. They all have history. They all have really bad history. That one has, like, the worst, though. I don't know. I see, is that like a clip from a party channel? Yeah. It's one of those things. It's one of those debated ones. Should you be allowed to say it? Yes. Should other people be allowed to be pissed at you for saying it? Also, yes. People should be allowed to be angry about other people for saying it. So, that is my opinion on the dreaded gamer word. The evil gamer word. It's one of those, like, you shouldn't be able to control people's speech, because that's, that's what which amendment is it, right? Oh, which amendment where it's like you're allowed to, the government's not allowed to go after you for what you say. And then people always cite that one amendment, but in the wrong context. Like, yeah, the government can't go after you for saying a no word, but people still have the right to be pissed at you for it. So it doesn't protect you from people's opinions on you, and it doesn't protect you from them saying mean things about you, because, they should be allowed to, just like you were allowed to say the no word. Yeah, for Edge's. When you're younger, it's funny for Edge's sake, because it's so, you're a kid, and you're like, man, haha, they said that. They said the word. But then you get a little bit older, and it's like, okay, where's the punchline? Is the punchline the fact that you said the word? That gets old. It gets old, and it's like, that it's just a try-hard thing. They're trying to be funny, but they don't have any actual jokes, so they just resort to saying stupid shit to get a reaction, as like a shocked reaction. Good God. It's making so much noise. It does, yeah. Because, kids, they say that shit. Yeah, the kid in the clip said it all the time. It was obviously out of shock value. It's usually shock value. Ugh. Yeah, probably grew out of it. Someone's yelling very loudly outside. God, I love people who do that. Thank you. It's almost 11. I really appreciate the caterwauling. Most people grow out of it past high school. You hit high school, and then you're like, oh. Well, not hit high school, but you get out of high school, and then you realize, hey, maybe there are funnier things than saying no words. Or then maybe you don't. Who knows? Some people don't grow out of it. Some people don't. I think I'm going to end the stream in a couple of minutes, because I am so tired. Lily is tired. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. I really appreciated having some people to talk to while doing this. 'Tis the first time I've done a stream like this before. It was fun. I'll try to do it more often. Maybe I'll stream again later this week. Maybe on Friday or something. Thursday or Friday. It was a good time, yeah. I'll talk to you guys in the morning when I'm awake. Oh, yep, it's officially been 3 hours. Oh, what the fuck? Stop playing an ad. God damn it. Yeah, next one will be hopefully not during the evening, or at least early evening. You get owned. Hopefully it'll be like early evening so I'm not as tired. And I can be a little bit louder than this. Because I don't even know, I'm not even like super close to my microphone, and I keep getting worried that I'm too far away and you can't hear me. So next time it'll be maybe even during the afternoon. I mean, technically I could probably stream tomorrow afternoon, I'm home. Or even during tomorrow morning. So, see you. Thank you for coming. I am going to bed now. Bye-bye. Is it perfect? Oh, that's good.